This is super, super interesting, and or at least I found it so. There was so there's a mayoral race in New York City. We're going to talk on the bonus show today a little bit about Andrew Yang's recent Twitter controversy. Andrew Yang is a candidate in the New York City mayoral race. Recently, the New York Times editorial board interviewed each of the candidates, and this is something that many newspapers do for presidential races or sometimes Senate or whatever the case may be. With the mayoral race, the New York Times interviews the candidates, and they ask the candidates, do you know the median sales price for a home in Brooklyn? Okay. Now, I used to live in Brooklyn, and at the time when I last lived there, which was, I guess, when was I last in that neighborhood? In 2015. If at the time you had asked me the median home price, I think I would have said 550,000 based on my understanding of home prices there. And two of the candidates were asked about this, Sean Donovan and Raymond McGuire, and they were so far off that it's almost like, do you have any idea what's going on in the city? Sean Donovan said, I don't know for sure. I would guess around $100,000, which, when I see that, I wonder if you're that out of touch with what's going on with home prices in Brooklyn, what else that's fundamental to the New York City experience right now do you have no idea about? And then Raymond McGuire, who's an investment banker and former Citigroup executive, was very similar. He said it's probably between $80,000 and $90,000, if not higher. Now, I'm no real estate expert. I'm involved in a number of properties in different parts of the country. And I have, sort of like a passing knowledge of the fact that in East Coast cities and West Coast cities, properties are really expensive. Then you have sort of secondary cities like, Austin and Asheville, where property values are going up, but they're still quite a bit less. And then you've got rural, I have like a passing sense of it. How on earth do you get to 80, 90, or $100,000 median home price in Brooklyn? Now, later, one of the candidates said, well, I thought you meant assessed value. It still doesn't make any sense. Eric Adams, who's the Brooklyn borough president, said he thought the number was 550. That's the number I would have guessed back in 2015. Maya Wiley, former counsel to Bill de Blasio, guessed 1.8 million. And Andrew Yang correctly guessed 900,000. It's that's basically right where we are. So how much do you think this is relevant in thinking about whether a candidate can properly manage a city from the standpoint of, if you so misunderstand something as fundamental as cost of living, if you underestimate by 8/9 the cost of a median home in Brooklyn, what else are you going to be unable to sort of empathize with or understand? To me, it does seem like a real problem. Now, by the way, I don't know how many of you have seen, Bill Gates was interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres a couple of years ago, and they did a sort of similar thing where Ellen asked Bill Gates, what do you think milk costs or whatever? And Bill Gates had like no idea. There was like some little frozen food thing, and Bill Gates thought it cost $20 when it's like, if that thing costs $20, then, it just didn't make any sense. Is this relevant? I think it is relevant. I kind of did a self-test where I wrote down, what do I think gasoline, the average home in Miami, a gallon of milk, bread, and a gallon of eggs cost, just to see if I had some sense of the sort of like national numbers. So for gasoline, I guess $3. And I haven't gotten gas for a while. I've had an electric car for some time now. And gasoline right now is at 301 nationally. So that's just like a random guess. I seemed sort of clued into that. Average house in Miami, which is a market I sort of know, but not intimately. I guess the median home price in Miami is $350,000. Real number is $398,000. So I'm sort of testing whether, if you're at all connected to what's going on in the country, you would be in the ballpark. And the more I was guessing these numbers, the more I think guessing 100,000 for a Brooklyn median home price, if you're running for mayor, is a major red flag. Average price of a gallon of milk. Now, I did struggle with this because, first of all, I never buy a gallon, and I know when you buy less, the price per ounce goes up. I also, admittedly, I get hipster milk. I get like the pasture raised organic. I pay like $5 for a half gallon. I guessed for a gallon of organic milk, it's $5. It's actually 4. And similarly with eggs, ever since reading Michael Pollan's books about this, I've decided the extra couple bucks for pastured eggs and pastured milk, I've just decided it's worth it. I don't consume so much that it really makes a big difference. So like with eggs, I'm getting those like bright orange yolk eggs or whatever. It's like $6 a dozen. So I guessed for like your basic cage-free eggs, it's probably something like $3, and it turns out it's $2.66. And then lastly, for bread, I struggled with bread because like, the difference between a loaf of processed Wonder Bread and artisanal seed bread or whatever, it seems like it's the difference between $1 and $8. I don't know. I guess $3, the official rate for bread is $2.50. So like, how relevant is this stuff? If you're listening to a candidate say that they hear you about the issues in your city, they believe they can fix some of those issues, they want to bring this and they want to bring that, and then you ask them, what do you think the medium home value is when it's 900,000 and they say 80 grand? That seems to me like a material concern. And I'm curious to hear from you whether you agree. Let me know your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter at @dpakman. We will take a quick break and we have so much more upcoming. One of our sponsors today is Nebbia, the creator of the world's most innovative shower head. It uses only about half the water that other shower heads do, saving you money, helping the environment, but it's actually a lot more powerful than other shower heads on the market. It has twice the coverage of other shower heads. The water sprays with a ton of pressure. I've been using it in my bathroom at home. I love it. Only took a few minutes to set up, really easy, and it's been a totally different experience than any other shower head I've used. I can get in and out of the shower way quicker now because of how powerful it is. It only takes a few seconds to get completely rinsed off. So I was actually amazed that it's only using about half as much water. Nebbia also offers a number of shower accessories like shelves and curtains, which match perfectly with the design of the shower head. The shower head starts at just $199, and you'll get 10% off all Nebbia products when you go to nebbia.com/Pakman and use the coupon code Pakman. The link is right underneath this video.